So if you're here, you probably want to know what this tower does and what exactly Santa Sleigh is good for in this game. And well, guys, I'm about to tell you exactly what this tower is and exactly what it does. But before we go anywhere else, I've got to immediately throw in that subscribe, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, do it again, do it a third time, then a fourth time, and then after that, hit the like button maybe, but you don't have to hit the like button at all, and hitting it 4 times may not be the best of things to do. So guys, if you would please consider it. You don't have to though. Alright, I've spent 40 seconds of my intro just wasting my time about subscribing. Let's actually get into what this tower is for. As you can see here, I've got my inventory open, and there is a tower in here named Santa Sleigh. This tower is actually a pretty good tower, and we're gonna go check it out because it is respectable. It's actually a respectable tower, and we're gonna explore it. Today is Christmas Eve. Tomorrow will be Christmas, so you might as well get yourself that gift. A lot of you guys are probably saving up for Santa Sleigh right now with your mints, and if you've already purchased them, well, there you go. You already know what it does. But for those of you that haven't, I'm about to show you exactly what it does, so I can encourage you to get it and keep working and grinding for it, because it is actually a really good tower. Alright, so we got the Santa right here. As you can see, he costs 3,800 to place. He looks very similar to the Stealth Bomber on the placement side there with this thing, though it's much smaller. Actually, right off the bat, we notice that the runway is actually a lot smaller. This also has a lot of particle effects, so we're just gonna go ahead and sell that. As you can see, here's Santa right here. He's kind of tilted at the moment, but he acts actually very similar to the Stealth Bomber in how he targets and attacks cubes, as you will see here in a minute. This is Santa level 1. He isn't really that good at level 1. But this is Mr. Santa Man. He does a damage of 5, a splash damage of 25, which is actually pretty good for level 1 anyways. The splash size is actually 15, which is actually pretty good. That's actually very, very impressive, so that's kind of interesting to see. But let's go ahead and just throw a wave at us here real fast. Let's go wave 5. I don't know if it's actually going to beat it, but we might as well test. He has a very slow fire rate though, so that's going to be one thing we need to make sure we note. His fire rate is incredibly slow. As you can see, he's actually dropping gifts. Well, you may be, yep, as you can kind of catch there, he drops gifts. And he didn't get that last one, which is okay. Level 1 doesn't really have as much power as you will for some others, but he's definitely going to be respectable whenever it comes to splash damage. If we can find a good cube. Yeah, dash cube. Throw a bunch of dash cubes out there. You'll see what I mean in a second. Watch this. Look how wide that splash damage range is. That is an incredibly wide splash range. And that's level 1. So right off the bat, it's a very good tower. Even though it's got a very limited range, it is good in terms of splash damage on cubes. But again, that's level 1. As you will notice throughout the rest of these upgrades, Santa actually is mostly a splash damage tower. So you're going to see him do a lot of splash damage here in our testing. Let's go ahead and jump to level 2. As you can see, he suddenly just targets all the way across the map, and that is because he now is Santa seeing all. As you can see, his range has just become incredibly large. Actually, let's see if we can find the outside of this. See, there is our range, right there. So, as you can see, Santa can see pretty much everything right there. So definitely going to be covering the whole map in almost all situations. It's going to be very, very, very rare for you to find a situation where Santa cannot see the whole entire map. You can place him pretty much anywhere and he will see everything. It's actually really good and probably one of his greatest strengths here. I don't know why I'm lagging. That was a bit of a lag spike there. I don't know why. Yeah, even here, it's covering all of the placeable area too, so like it really can reach everything. I mean, I will admit this is a smaller map though, but do also remember that the range on towers scales with the sides of the map, so this range will vary depending on the actual map size. We see level 2 compared to level 1. Besides the range, there really is not that much of a difference. Basically just the range increase and the fact that we see that it now has a higher tempo gain. Everything else is pretty much changed. Oh, and it also has shadow sight. I did not catch that there. It also has shadow sight. So Santa level 2 is a lot better than Santa level 1 just because of its range buff, and we will see that it maintains this range for the rest of its levels. Another thing that I'll note is that Santa is now blue. I didn't even point that out, but he now is blue. We've got a blue Santa now. Kind of interesting there. So he must be cold or something. Alright, so level 3 Santa. Level 3 Santa here, we're going to pull him out, is this guy right here. Suddenly he is white. I think he's would that be cold? I don't know. Somebody mentioned something about him having a skin condition. But that is Santa level 3. He is now quick access present bag, and basically what this does is it just makes it where he drops his cubes much faster. Instead of being a fire rate of 4, it is now at 2.5 comparison right there. You can see that the fire rate has been changed significantly. So we've got levels 1, 2, and 3, as you can see here. Let's jump on to level 4. So we're going to place level 4 right here, and then we're going to give him upgrades up to level 4. So it is now bigger presents. Santa is now yellow. I have no idea what that could symbolize, but Santa is... he's big, bright, and red, yellow there. Neon yellow right there. So I don't know what that means, though. I honestly have no idea. I couldn't really describe him. I don't know what to say. But that is Santa, again. Pathway is still like that. And the pathway really doesn't change much. Just some minor coloration changes. And then we see the candy canes. But as you will notice, as bigger presents, it does more damage. It does, I believe, 10 more direct damage. And then it does... I believe 30 more splash damage, and then its splash range goes from 15 to 25. So we see a massive increase just in general of damage. And you will also notice here, let's go ahead and pull both out to compare. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this one so you can see. Level we'll just do wave 5 here real fast. Level this guy, he only drops 1 cube. Level 3 only drops 1 of his presents here. You will see he's firing very fast, but he only drops 1 present. Now, actually, I thought that would have died. Interesting. All right, now let's compare with level 4. You're gonna see a big difference here. 1, 2, boom. Instead of just 1 gift, he's now dropping 2. That means not only is it just 25, 30 more splash damage, it's actually 30 more splash damage plus 55 more splash damage. You're seeing it doubled its this newest level. You're seeing it go up much more than just with the stats thing, because that's every single gift. So we're seeing it do damage 15 twice. We're seeing it do splash damage 55 twice. So the amount of damage that it's doing is greatly increased from level 3 to level 4. It's very, very, very big increase, actually. So level 4, again, very powerful. Let's go on ahead. I'm going to get ourselves a level 5, and you're going to be able to see exactly what the max... oh, well, I kind of just did it there, so we'll take this guy here. So this is level 5. This is level 5. This is our final maxing. He's green. Some would say he's sick, but... there's our Santa man. He is going along. He's got his nice hat. They all have their nice hats. I'm realizing that's a very cool hat, actually. Again, that is Ho Ho Ho. Great name. The damage is now 25 instead of 15, and the splash damage increased significantly. We're now seeing a splash damage. Well, actually, that's actually false. Never mind, guys. It actually just goes up by 5. The splash damage goes up by 5, which isn't major. The damage goes up a little bit too, but the splash damage doesn't go up much. But the explosion size increases significantly. It goes up another 10. And not only that, you're about to see here, guys, it's going to drop. It's going to go ahead and drop 3 presents. Boom, boom. Okay, the lag killed it. 1 second. Let's try that again. You'll see clearly. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so he's now dropping 3. So now we are seeing him do more than 3 times what level 3 was doing. This guy, Ho Ho Ho, is definitely going to be respectable because of his explosion size and the fact that he does a ton of splash damage, because it's 6 times 3, which is 180 every 2 seconds. It's now at 2 seconds fire rate. I did not mention that earlier. So as you can see here, we got all these dash cubes. Actually, we're gonna let's go ahead and sell this guy. And let's use lightning cubes, because like it's literally that fast. Or quantum cubes. Actually, I don't think quantum cubes are fast enough. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, so yeah, the splash range is still very, very, very high. Yeah, it has got a very, very high splash range. I won't say it's incredible, but it's a good splash range there. You are seeing him hit a lot of cubes. That's a good like 5th, maybe a 6th of the whole entire line here, the whole entire path. Santa is definitely pulling his fair share of weight, and you will see a lot of pro players that have this tower bring it pretty regularly. Now, if you don't own this tower already and you manage to own it, you will be seeing this actually be 2020 on it. It will not be 2019, and this is just because you got it later. So, again, you will not have the 2019 number on it. It will probably be 2020 for you. However, it is still just as powerful, and the number is just an aesthetic look and kind of an, oh, I'm an old player, I'm an OG. So that's pretty much all that has to do with that in terms of the number. So don't be too bothered by that if you have a 2020. It's not a big deal. You're not going to have your damage or anything like that adjusted at all. I also will note that the range has been increased significantly too. Compared to what it once was, the range is now even more insane. I do not believe there's going to be any map in existence that can't be fully seen by this. Very big positive note right there. If there is one, it's probably just a very rare situation. You will not be seeing almost any map where this guy cannot see everything. So at max range. So that's another very big bonus of Santa. Santa is definitely a strategic tower that a lot of people will use to start in some situations, specific situations. There are some very specific situations where Santa is a very, 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 very powerful tower due to the fact that it can reach everything. During Halloween, during Hell, we saw that this tower was a great tower to start off with, where everybody would give somebody money to max this tower out because it was really good in starting defense. And it usually is a very good starting defense and even middle defense and even late defense tower, but it's most strong as if you can get it upgraded quickly at lower levels, as it's going to do a ton of splash damage to a ton of cubes. It was also used as a starting tower for Path 11 because of its high splash damage and range. Now that we've kind of seen the Santa in action, I will also note that this tower has a max placement limit of 8. Now, of course, we're in survival, so we can sandbox, so we could place more, but just for example, we're going to place 8 here. We're going to go ahead and max these guys out, and we're going to throw us into a crazy level. We're just going to see these guys in action because it really is kind of fun to watch them go. Again, they're just like Stealth Bomber in how they target. However, they do it. They look very different doing it. It's kind of cool. The explosions are very different too. We're in hard mode, so we should have 45 waves. So we'll jump with 35. As you can see, absolute decimation of these sun cubes. They are all gone. They and the wizard cubes too. Wave 35 was no match for these guys. Let's go ahead and take it to 39. Inferno Flame cubes even. You know, guys, I'm starting to think maybe I should do an actual challenge where I just use Santa, because this guy is actually very powerful. Now, it's probably its greatest weakness will be high HP cubes, as we will see with stuff like the Rubik's Cube boss. I do not believe these guys will manage to pull off killing the Rubik's Cube boss. But as you can see, they're doing really good here. I think wave 40 is a very difficult wave. Yeah, that's why it's a very difficult wave. We see a Sun Cube boss coming down the line. Now, it's got to do a ton of damage to this sort of thing. It's actually still doing a lot of work. They're actually, to my surprise, they are actually pulling their weight. Also, notice the colors. The colors are so cool. It's red, white, and green. Christmas time. It's Christmas time, everybody. It is Christmas time, all right. And Santa is just flying his sleigh across the world, bombing cubes and destroying them. You know, that's what Santa does on Christmas night. He bombs cubes. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I know you all wanted to think he was giving you all gifts. No, that's not true. He's just bombing cubes out there. That's what he's doing. That's his intent. As you will see here, these sun cubes make very little difference in terms of the amount of damage they deal to this guy. Now, I will note, considering that this guy drains HP, it's going to make things a lot harder on you because it takes them so long to actually kill it. However, as you will notice, they are doing generally the exact same amount of damage to this back Sun Cube boss, but that's still a disadvantage as it's going to continue to drain them as we're doing just generally more damage. While they'll be able to kill each and every one of them consecutively quite quickly, we're going to have a problem, especially in this wave, with the Sun Cube boss draining. So I don't know if Santa's could pull it off with draining like this, because this looks like it's pretty severe. As you hopefully can see here, respectable tower. Definitely try to buy this thing. It is going to help you out a ton. All right, let's go to 45 here real fast. We're just going to throw ourselves into the end and see how it goes. Oh my word, it just decimated that stuff. And it's going to kill a Void Cube so quickly too. Look at that. This direct target doesn't even make that much of a difference. Its splash damage is what does most of the damage, so it's still gonna. It's good. Really, it doesn't. It's funny how it really does not matter what it targets, as long as the thing is as long as it's in range, it's going to do good. Yeah, I think the Rubik's boss may make this impossible here. Actually, it doesn't look like they're doing too much. Definitely not old enough, at least. That void cube is getting. Yeah, we may not see ourselves win here if we were to try. Plus that, yeah, I don't think Santa could pull it off. I regret to inform all of you, but I don't think Santa could get a win out of this. Yeah, these guys were just doomed to fail, but that's okay. Guys, I think that's pretty much all I have to say for today. I hope you all did enjoy this video. Make sure to consider subscribing if you did enjoy. Again, you don't have to. That's your choice, not mine, guys. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Have a Merry Christmas tomorrow. Christmas Eve, once again. I think hopefully all your days are merry and great. Have a good night. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.